Hello everybody, this is ArtCA. I have come across a village that I think is very quaint, and my intention is to remodel it, and I have been searching the internet for weeks trying to find a good remodel for villages, and I have yet to come across anything that can make these buildings bigger just the way they are. I have never remodeled a village before, so what I'm going to have to do for these poor villagers is in the event that I totally mess this up, which I know I won't, they are going to have to be displaced for a little bit. So what I'm going to do, there's a land up here that's semi-flat. I'm going to try not to have to terraform it too much. I may have to do some adjusting, but what I'm going to do is build them probably right around here, a large house, just in case they need to relocate temporarily. I'm going to build it in the fashionable old style villager style, just so they don't miss the quality of life that they're going to be misplaced from. So we'll start that, and I will see you after I make their large house, and then we can begin working on the remodeling village. And here we are back again. This is the village I'm going to transform. And remember, we left off and I told you I was going to transform the area behind me. Well, I actually did make a house, a very large one, just in case. I mean, man, I wanted to have a backup just in case I just accidentally tore down their... Okay, I didn't want to tear down their village and have them not have any place to live. So fessing up here. I think this is a pretty cool door. I have 2 stories. I know it's pretty large. Room for a lot of beds in case they, everybody has to have space to stay. You never know if they're gonna get cozy with each other. But yeah, it's the inside pretty much. There is an upstairs. The problem with the upstairs right now is I had to trap some villagers. They're up there. They wandered in my house and I couldn't get rid of them without risking their health because they kept falling down the stairs and getting stuck and kept sleeping up there. So in order to keep them safe, I decided just to keep them up there anyway since they were already there. So that's where I am. Oh, real quick, let me take you for a walk around my house so you can see what it looks like. This took me quite a while to do. By no means a professional builder, but I still have some work to do. Maybe put some bushes up, try to take care of the grounds a little bit. But there's the side, I really need to do some work on it. But the main structure's done. We will work on it some more, given some more time. So there you have it, and I'm going to get started on, let's pick a building so I can show you my progress when I'm done. I have decided, since this one is already right here, I can expand this one out a little bit. So I'm going to make this bigger, and we'll see you when I get done. So what I did during the break was quickly outline some of the villagers' houses and the buildings that I'm going to expand and make larger. Their houses are so small. Can you even imagine living in a 5x5 structure? I mean, seriously, folks. So the biggest house, well, actually, I shouldn't say the biggest, but this house right here. I could not even imagine living in this. I could get through the door. That's how small it is, y'all. Look at that. I can't live that way. Could you? So this is a very small village. So what I did was I just outlined specifically the areas and the buildings I'm going to make larger. I will be adding on in different directions inside the water. It should be interesting. I love a good challenge, and this is a good challenge, but I loved this style so much that I am basing my villager houses off of this style house, where the inset is basically striped oak logs. So when you place the oak logs, all you have to do is take a diamond axe or any axe and right click, and it turns right into striped oak or stripped oak, however you choose to say it. But this was the villager house that I did first. I'm going to be adding a second floor. Wasn't able to record. I wish I was in the process of redoing the first villager house, but I'll take you in so you can see how much bigger it is. So I do have work ahead of me. Hopefully we'll be able to record some more of my actual building. Want to add a lot to it, but right now we're just focusing on the structures, and then we'll do all the decorating after the structures are finished, because in my opinion the decorating is the most fun. I wanted to connect these two houses together and make them one large house, but I'm trying not to do that too much. I only want a couple villagers per building. I hate the weeds, especially when you're going to be adding on. But I can't wait to show you what happens when I finish this right here. So I'm going to work on this and then I'll be right back. I want to make this a 2-story house. I'm going to add 4 oak logs, and then I'm just going to connect those all the way around here, like so. And then just connect the logs all the way around. What I like to do when I'm building, I'm gonna do creative mode, is to work like this. That way I have an inset, and I always do the frame on the outside corner, just so it'll give it some dimension. And then I take my axe and we just make this stripped, however you want to say it, and then add the oak logs all the way across. But if you see, then that just gives me such a small area to work with here. So I may only do it on 2 sides, the sides that you can see the most in the village, or actually the front side only. So on this build, we're only doing it from the front, strictly for appearance. What I would like to do is find a bigger area to make a villager house. And so I'm going to use my trusty axe, and then, so here we go. We'll just go up like so. So what I decided to do was just cover this up with a spruce ceiling up overhead, and below this is going to be our 2nd floor. And then I'm going to kind of follow along the roof design that I have on my house over there, the big one. I like using spruce stairs and spruce planks and blocks. So we'll build that up, and then I'll show you how it looks afterwards. And so I chose to go with a regular style roof. I did an overhang here right on the edge, and as I throw away my materials, add the oak log here, there's an overhang right over the building, and so I chose to just build right on that, just to get a little more height on the roof since the building is so small. I'm trying to work out a way to get the structure looking more in scale. The roof kind of looks flat a little bit, but I don't want it to look weird, so I think I'm just going to leave it like that for now and see if I can work out a different design for next time. So in the meantime, I do have my 2 levels. I'll take you inside. I'm probably going to put a ladder here. I think villagers know how to use ladders, but you know, some are questionable. And then I'm going to put some stairs up to the attic so that they will have a little bit of storage space. There you have it, and I'll see you after I get done decorating. Okay, so here's the design I finally started to really like a lot. As I showed you before, the house over there that I built, I really like this stone brick outline, and I just felt like there needs to be more variation. So on this one, I'm going with the alternating pattern of spruce and oak planks. And then on the top, just to give it a little bit more height, I decided to do a slab in the middle behind the spruce stairs, right on top, some oak stairs, and to give it a little bit more height, you can see I used a couple of stairs on the end, and then 2 upside down stairs, just to give it that extra height. So then again, to give it a little more detail, I went ahead and I put a couple extra oak logs on the sides, and I'm just going to add that finishing touch of the spruce trapdoors on the ends on all of these. And then I will get, let's see, we need a lantern. So of course we always want to make sure these are fully lit so we don't have any mobs attacking these. And so I'm just going to add a little bit of light under each one of these. And not that one, there's one there. So all the way around, just give it that extra light, and I'll add these wherever I can. I would put them all over the place if it were me. I hate those mobs. I really do, and want to make sure we're well prepared when we go into survival mode to play. We're going to do the windows next, and I'll see you to show you what I did after I do the windows. Now I figured I'd better show you a little bit about what I'm doing here. I got excited because I really see some things coming together here. So I did quite a bit of terraforming, which I'm really getting into, to make everything, all the buildings are just gonna pop. I did right behind this villager's house that I just finished, except for the interior. You'll see in just a second. I did some terraforming because I have some plans over there. We're making a whole villager city, and then I'm gonna do this site. This site hasn't been terraformed, but I got carried away, so I've done a lot, and I probably should have recorded a little bit more about what I finally did to the outside. I believe I'm fully finished now with the exterior of the villager remodel. I kind of went all out. If you want to take a look at the design, there's a whole bunch to it. I just went to town and wanted it to make good use of every single bit of detail that I could. If you have any suggestions, I'd love it if you could comment below. Tell me what you like and what you might change. That would be really helpful. Also, push that like button. That really helps me out a lot. So I decided to change the roof bit. As you can see, I didn't like that alternating pattern. What I did do, however, was I made it all spruce planks and oak wood planks, and used a couple of stairs on the very top. One upside, well, none of them are upside down, it's just forward and backwards, so you just have these two little humps here. And I like the outline of the oak wood stairs going down diagonally, with the exterior being, these are all just spruce trapdoors. So I used in the middle, right over the oak logs, I put the trapdoors. And then these are just barrels right here with some flower pots and flowers. I use some signs just for a little bit of detail. You can see I have the windows. I like the light gray colored glass windows. These are panes in the windows. I use the light gray for down here. Oh, these aren't windows. I was going to change those to windows. I think I did it on the other side. Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah, I did. I don't know why you can't see. Wait. Can you see that on that side? Oh my goodness. I might have to just go ahead and change that. Anyhow, both of these should be windows, but they're not. Maybe I'll change it. Maybe I won't. Oh, hello, Mr. Villager. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to find a way to name our villagers. I'll have to show you how to do that. Still need some decorating on the interior. Still need the stairs to find a good way to get back up to the top. But this is what the inside looks like while it's all wrapped up and finished. I like the flower pot and the flower designs with the extra windows. I love all the windows around here, and I still have the attic space, which I'm just gonna use for an extra bed if we get too many villagers. But also, I've been looking into doing some designs, and I think I'm gonna give each one of these villagers a job inside their house, because there's going to be a lot of villagers. So this one, I'm going to try to name him, and I'm going to make him a librarian. In a kitchen design, I think it was a kitchen designer or a table or something, I saw a lectern. So I'm going to use that. Hopefully he'll take the job as a librarian so that we can make some decent trades with him. And he's going to have a name, so I will know which librarian has which name and which trades they're gonna do. I'm really getting attached to this village, you know. I'm really liking it a lot. So all kinds of plans I've got going on. I cannot wait to keep working on it. This is really exciting. So yeah, we got the barrels here. Here we just have some grass with the berries. We've got the stairs on the corners for the detail, upside down, right side up. With the little trapdoors and trapdoor on the side. All trapdoors underneath, but those are just the logs from the outside. I ended up putting logs on the outside because it was just so flat. You know, I had a really hard time trying to figure out how to make this pop, and I think I did a good job. So here's a villager. I can't wait to name him. What are some good names of villagers, do you think? I've been looking into that. I have no idea what to name them. So yeah, I decided to put a door on the back only because for some reason these villagers, they don't know where the door is. So they keep looking in the back, trying to get in from the back. Did you just bump me? Well, I'll bump you back. Huh. So there, how do you like that?
Anyway, I like him. He's a cool guy. I'm starting to get to know these guys. They all have the same profession. There's only one profession in this villager. This one's a mason. I think there might be a fisherman. I'm not sure. But speaking of villagers, I was going to experiment, and I don't mean in a bad way, but I know that I have 3 that are trapped in here. You can see on the other side, this is hilarious. There's 3, and they're always talking to each other. I've trapped them in there because they keep falling off the stairs and taking damage. So I have to figure out a better way. I kind of like them up there, you know? I need to have some experimentation with the names and everything. And I don't want to mess with the villagers that already have jobs. So while they're sleeping, I think I'm going to go in there and try to name them before I let them back out. I also wanted really not a lot of beds, you know? There's not a lot of beds in their villages. So the other really cool thing that's exciting is I was watching some videos on how to make houses and how to expand the lakes so that you can actually have more real estate when you run out. So I'm going to make another house right here on this dock. But of course, you know, big plans for all this space. There's actually more room here than I originally thought, just because I'm learning all about terraforming. And speaking of the terraforming, look, how about this? I cleaned this up really nice. It was just a nightmare before. So I got this really nice platform. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make this a garden area with some kind of wheat farm or a house. We'll have to find out later. And you know, I've been experimenting. I'm going to be experimenting with different designs. This one is a house that I built 2 days ago. Just wanted to see, it was really easy to build. I wasn't a super big fan of it. The way that I built it from the tutorial, it was made out of birch and dark oak planks mostly, and I just didn't like the high contrast, so instead of using birch I used oak logs. It was just such a simple house. I think I built it in something like 10-15 minutes, but yeah, from the tutorial that's what I got. I made some changes. It's not perfect, but I tried to follow tutorials are really hard for me to follow. If they're not done a certain way, they just go so fast. So I plan on getting better at that so I can help you all. So just fly around this real quick. It's just basic, so basic. And me, I kind of don't like basic. I want the big designs. I want the mega builds. So this is going to be an exciting adventure. So if you could just subscribe so you get notified when I record. I think I'm going to end this episode here just because I want to get this video out to you, but stay tuned for our next episode. It will be out in a few days. I'm going to decorate the interior of this and show you how to name a villager. So I'm really looking forward to that. And again, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button.